Hi guys, I decided to make another video tonight. I found a website that's got some funny kids sayings on it in the Christian section. So I thought I'd read those to you guys. Kids say the funniest things. That sure is true. You never know what's going to come out of their little mouths. So expect anything. The first one. A Sunday school teacher decided to have her young class memorize one of the most quoted passages in the Bible, Psalms 23. She gave the youngsters a month to learn the verse. Little Bobby was excited about the task, but just couldn't remember the psalm. After much practice, he could barely get past the first line. On the day that the kids were scheduled to recite Psalm 23 in front of the congregation, Bobby was so nervous. When it was his turn, he stepped up to the microphone and said proudly, "The Lord is my shepherd, and that's all I need to know." What a smart little boy. When a mother saw a thunderstorm forming in the mid-afternoon, she worried about her 7-year-old daughter who would be walking the 3 blocks from school to home. Deciding to meet her, the mother saw her daughter walking nonchalantly along, stopping to smile whenever lightning flashed. Seeing her mother, the little girl ran to her, explaining happily, "All the way home, God has been taking my picture." Cute. A mother took her 3-year-old daughter to church for the first time. The church lights were lowered, and then the choir came down the aisle carrying lighted candles. All was quiet until the little one started to sing in a loud voice, "Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you." That was somebody's birthday. A little boy walked down the beach, and as he did, he spied a woman sitting under a beach umbrella on the sand. He walked up to her and asked, "Are you a Christian?" "Yes." "Do you read your Bible every day?" She nodded her head yes. "Do you pray often?" the boy asked. Next and again she answered yes. When he asked his final question, "Will you hold my quarter while I go swimming?" He wanted to make sure his quarter was safe. Oh, I can see a little kid doing that. One day, a space shuttle crashed to the ground in the yard of a preschool. When he finally struggled out of the wreckage, the astronaut shouted, "I'm free! I'm free!" At this point, one of the little children standing there shouted back, "Big deal! I'm 4!" A Sunday school teacher asked her class, "Does anyone here know what we mean by sins of omission?" A small girl replied, "Aren't those the sins we haven't committed but want to?" A bright 8-year-old child was being tested by the speech teacher and was given analogies and asked to describe the following differences. Analogies. Speech teacher. I think I need a speech teacher. "What's the difference between an oak tree and a Christmas tree?" Child. "One has leaves and the other has needles." Teacher. "Very good. What's the difference between a saucer and a plate?" Child. "One flies and the other doesn't." The teacher was talking about a saucer plate, and she was talking about a saucer alien too. The father was reading Bible stories to his young son. He read, "The man named Lot was warned to take his wife and flee out of the city. But his wife looked back and was turned to salt. His son asked, "What happened to the flea?" 6-year-old Angie and her 4-year-old brother Joel were sitting together in church. Joel giggled, sang, and talked out loud. Finally, his big sister had had enough. "You're not supposed to talk out loud in church." "Why, who's going to stop me?" Joe asked. Angie pointed to the back of the church and said, "See those 2 men standing by the door? They're hushers." Shh. Attending a wedding for the first time, a little girl whispered to her mother, "Why is the bride dressed in white?" "Because white is the color of happiness, and today is the happiest day of her life," her mother tried to explain, keeping it simple. The child thought about this for a moment, then said, "So why is the groom wearing black?" Kids are so smart. On the first day of school, the kindergartner teacher said, "If anyone has to go to the bathroom, hold up 2 fingers." A little voice from the back of the room asked, "How will that help?" Yeah, why would she make him hold up 2 fingers? That's just weird.
So they can follow directions, probably.
Oh. How will that help? A 3-year-old put his shoes on by himself. His mother noticed the left was on the right foot. She said, "Son, your shoes are on the wrong feet." He looked up at her with a raised brow and said, "Don't kid me, Mom. I know they're my feet." The kid thought his mom was telling him he had somebody else's feet. Why does this keep going up instead of down? A 3-year-old boy went with his dad to see a litter of kittens. On returning home, he breathlessly informed his mother there were 2 boy kittens and 2 girl kittens. "How did you know?" his mother asked. "Daddy picked them up and looked underneath," he replied. "I think it's printed on the bottom." Oh, that was cute. Hey, where'd my stories go? There was another page of these. There was 2 pages of these kids' sayings. That was page 1. So now I'll read the... Oh, there's 3 pages, guys. Well, that was page 1. Now we'll go to page 2. Of Kids Say the Funniest Things, part 2. How do you decide who to marry? You got to find somebody who likes the same stuff. Like if you like sports, she should like it that you like sports, and she should keep the chips and dip coming. That was from Alan, age 10. From Kristen, age 10, says, "No person really decides before they grow up who they're going to marry. God decides it all the way before, and you get to find out later who you're stuck with." What's the right age to get married? They asked. 23 is the best age because you know the person forever by then, Camille, age 10, says. Freddie, age 6, said, "No age is good to get married at. You got to be a fool to get married." A 6-year-old would say that. Which makes me think of that Tim McGraw song. What's that called? Where that little boy didn't want nothing to do with that little girl. And they got older and all he cared about was that little girl. Remember, he didn't want the little girl to go fishing with him and his dad? Don't take the girl. How can a stranger tell if 2 people are married? You might have to guess based on whether they seem to be yelling at the same kids, Derek, age 8, said. Yeah. or yelling at their baby named Dottie, who keeps stealing my mommy's blank blanks. She's got 2 of my 3 blankets now. I got a blanket for Christmas last year from my sister. It was a religious blanket, one of those fuzzy ones. I loved it. Dottie stole it. How does she steal it, you ask? I have it on me, and then it's long enough for part of it, to hit the floor by my feet, and she'll keep digging at it like this until she gets half of it down there, and then I've only got a little corner I keep going, so she finally gets it all down there and lays on it. Well, I got this other blanket offline off somebody off of one of those yard sale pages on Facebook because I liked it. It was just a little throw. It had all different colored cats all over it. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So I got that. And of course, she had to have it too. Well, my stepmom, see, I do need a speech therapist. My stepmom got me this fuzzy blanket for Christmas last year. And Dottie keeps trying to steal it. She gets it sometimes, but I've got it back today. But she took her little blanket. We folded it all up for her, the little furry religious one. She lays on it. Then she wads up the little cat blanket into a ball, and she'll lay on the fuzzy blanket and put her head on the cat blanket, make her own little bed. And when she gets a hold of this, she'll put it on top of all those and crawl under it. And she'll be laying there like on a bed with her little pillow and her blank on her. And just sleeping. So cute. She's always trying to steal my... She always wants to have my blank, no matter which one I got. She's got to have it. Now I lost my place. Yes, here we go. What do you think your mom and dad have in common? Both don't want any more kids, said Lori, age 8. What do most people do on a date? Dates are for having fun, and people should use them to get to know each other. Even boys have something to say if you listen long enough, said Lynette, age 8. On the first date, they should tell each other lies, and that usually gets them interested enough to go for a second date, said Martin, age 10. Who's teaching him that stuff? Shame, shame, little boy. Shame, shame, everybody knows your name because you put it on the internet. Shame, shame on Martin for telling lies. What would you do on a first date that was turning sour? I'd run home and play dead. The next day I would call all the newspapers and make sure they wrote about me in all the dead columns, said Craig, age 9. Wow, he really wants to get away from his bad date. When is it okay? When is it okay to kiss someone? When they're rich, said Pam, age 7. The law says you have to be 18, so I wouldn't want to mess with that, said Kurt, age 7. The rule goes like this. If you kiss someone, then you should marry them and have kids with them. It's the right thing to do, said Howard, age 8. Is it better to be single or married? It's better for girls to be single, but not for boys. Boys need someone to clean up after them, said Annetta, age 9. Sherm's thinking, that's the other way around. Aren't you, Sherm? How would the world be different if people didn't get married? There sure would be a lot of kids to explain, wouldn't there? Said Kevin, age 8. Kids are just so smart. Hey, Survivor's on. How would you make a marriage work? Tell your wife that she looks pretty even if she looks like a truck, said Ricky, age 8 or age 10. Even if she looks like a truck. Sure, am I pretty?
Well, yes.
Or do I look like a truck? What kind of truck, actually?
You have a truck.
What then? If I don't look like a truck, what do I look like then?
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen. That's old. You trying to say I look old?
A new Volkswagen. The new Beetle.
You trying to say I look like a little bug then?
The new Beetle.
You trying to say I look like a bug?
Sometimes.
Get back to your computer.
Trying.
Okay. Oh! That phone rings every time I am trying to make a video. Sorry guys, I'm turning it off. Because this is the last page of the Kids Say the Funniest Things. We're on page 3, so we'll get this done. How can you tell if two adults eating dinner at a restaurant are in love? Just see if the man picks up the check. That's how you can tell if he is in love, said Bobby, age 9. Lovers will just be staring at each other and their food will get cold. Other people care more about the food, said Bart, age 9. Romantic couples usually are all dressed up, so if they are just wearing jeans, it might mean they used to go out or they just broke up, said Sarah, age 9. See if the man has lipstick on his face, said Sandra, age 7. It's love if they order one of those desserts that are on fire. They like to order those because it's just how their hearts are, on fire, said Christine, age 9. Some kids are just so smart. People don't give kids credit, man. Kids are really super smart. I swear half the time they're smarter than adults.
Some of
So
them.
I know a lot of kids are smarter than I am.
Some of them.
They're smart.
Some of them are smart.
They are smart.
Some of them.
What most, blah, blah, blah. What most people are thinking when they say I love you. The person is thinking, yeah,
Blah, blah, blah.
I really do love him, but I hope he showers at least once a day,
Ew.
says Michelle, age 9. Sure, have you showered today?
Nope.
Get in there.
Nope. Ain't doing it.
Some lovers might be real nervous, so they are glad that they finally got it out and said, now they can go eat, says Dick, age 7.
Heck that.
Why does love happen between two particular people? One of the people has freckles, and so he finds someone else who has freckles too, said Andrew, age 6. That poor little boy's probably got freckles and gets made fun of for them. I did too. And so does Ab. And I think she looks so cute with her little freckles. I just love her little freckles. So embarrassed of them. No one is sure why it happens, but I heard it has something to do with how you smell. That's why perfume and deodorant are so popular, said May, age 9. I think you're supposed to get shot with an arrow or something, but the rest of it isn't supposed to be so painful, said Manuel, age 8. He's thinking of Cupid with the arrow. What is falling in love like? Like an avalanche where you have to run for your life, said John, age 9. If falling in love is anything like learning how to spell, I don't want to do it. It takes too long, said Glenn, age 7. What is the role of beauty and handsomeness in love? If you want to be loved by someone who isn't already in your family, it doesn't hurt to be beautiful, said Annetta C., age 8. It isn't always just how you look. Look at me. I'm handsome. Like anything, I haven't got anybody to marry me yet, said Brian, age 7. Beauty is skin deep, but how rich are you can last a long time, said Christine, age 9. What are some surefire ways to make a person fall in love with you? Tell them that you own a whole bunch of candy stores, said Dell, age 6. candy stores would be pretty awesome. Yell out that you love them at the top of your lungs and don't worry if their parents are right there, said Manuel, age 8. Don't do things like have smelly green sneakers. You might get attention, but attention ain't the same thing as love, said Alonzo, age 9. One way is to take the girl out to eat. Make sure it's something she likes to eat. French fries usually works for me, said Bart, age 9. Shake your hips and hope for the best, said Camille, age 9. Confidential options about love. Love will find you even if you are trying to hide from it. I've been trying to hide from it since I was 5, but the girls keep finding me, said Dave, age 8. Why do lovers often hold hands? They want to make sure their rings don't fall off because they paid good money for them, said Gavin, age 8. They are just practicing for when they might have to walk down the aisle someday and do the holy matrimony thing, said John, age 9. How important is love? Love is the most important thing in the world, but baseball is pretty good too, said Greg, age 8. And that was all the funny kids sayings, guys. Page 1, 2, and 3 in the funnies section. I'm going to bookmark this page while I'm on it. I gotta try to figure out how I did it, because this is a new computer. Bookmark this page. Yes. Yes. I don't know if I got... Do you want to hear another one, Sherm? Before we go for the night? I will read the names and you tell me which one you think sounds good. Now be prepared. I have not read any of these other ones, so they could sound really good and be really dumb. Case in point, the other story, I am just a dirty hoe. If you guys see my video, you know what I'm talking about when I said that. That was the stupidest story. I don't know how anybody can think up something like that. Oh man, it was crazy. Okay, when I got to heaven, the computer swallowed Grandma. You want to hear that one, don't you? Okay, we'll read the last one. We'll read. Looks like a poem, guys. It's called The Computer Swallowed Grandma. The computer swallowed Grandma. Yes, honestly, it's true. She pressed Control and Enter and disappeared from view. It devoured her completely. The thought just makes me squirm. She must have caught a virus or been eaten by a worm. Oh! I've searched through the recycle bin and files of every kind. I've even used the internet, but nothing did I find. In desperation, I asked Jeeves. My search is so refined. The reply from him was negative. Not a thing was found online. So if inside your inbox, my grandma you should see, please copy, scan, and paste her and send her back to me. That's by an unknown author. That was cute. Okay, guys. It scared Sherm. That story scared Sherm. But he's still on his computer, so he must not be too scared of getting sucked in.
Gone.
This site's got a picture of a teddy bear on it, and it's holding up a sign, and it says, "This site believes in Jesus." That is so cute. I love that. Definitely got to bookmark this page. I just bookmarked it here a little bit ago. It's called, if you guys want to go there yourselves, it's called God's Little Acre. The website. God's Little Acre. Like an acre of ground. God'sLittleAcre.net. and it's got, well, you heard the 4 of the stories tonight, and it's got different categories. But I'll probably come back here tomorrow and read you guys some more of the stories from this page, along with our daily Bible reading and our nightly Bible reading. And then I'll come and read some stories tomorrow. So I'll let you guys go. This video is getting really long. I didn't know I'd been chatting away for almost 26 minutes. And so I will let you guys go. I hope you have a great night. I love you guys. Please love one another. Let's bring those souls to Jesus. There's nobody that needs those souls like Jesus does. There's nobody that doesn't have a soul that needs Jesus. That doesn't need Jesus. Did that make sense? Everybody has a soul. They need Jesus. That's what I meant. I swear I need speech therapy. Or maybe I've just took too many stomach pills today. It's like, I don't know what I'm talking about. But let's bring those souls to Jesus, guys. Have a great night. I love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Love you guys. God bless. Bye.